September 3rd, 2022. I woke quite early to find the sun had not yet risen. The silhouettes of the mountains came into view some 30 minutes after my awakening. I hunted a new creek that I had not yet seen before. It runs dry in the fall, but could run water in spring. Patches of willow follow the colorful creek bed. Rocks of nearly every color are in this creek. The birds were already awake as I reached the creek, but the squirrels were still tucked away. I cannot help but feel romantic as I hunt the same lands as Henry, Beaver Dick, and perhaps Colter. I hunted bear this morning, but found only elk. You know, for me, hunting is like a romantic type thing. Like there's more to it than just shooting the animal, you know. If I'm gonna shoot an animal, it's gonna have to be on my terms. That's why, I come to places like this. This place is special. I decided this year, if I'm gonna shoot a bear, I'm gonna want it to be in this location. This place is pretty special. This dry creek bed flows into another creek that kind of parallels this one for a while. And this other creek that's over here is a pretty historical creek. Ever since the first trappers came through here, they were following these creeks. That one over there, mainly, it's only a mile away, but it's steeper country, a little rougher. I thought I'd come here, but the first white trapper to come into here was a man by the name of John Colter. And there's evidence that he came through here in 1808, which is quite a while ago. But it's kind of up for debate. Some people believe he came this way, and others don't think he came here at all. I believe he came this way, and I'll show you why later today. But that's kind of one of the reasons I wanted to come to this spot, is because it's so historical, Colter would have found that creek and hiked it to its basin. 2 years later, in 1810, the Henry expedition camped on that creek in the wintertime, which is absolutely crazy. But long before those folks, the natives of the area were using these creeks, and so it would mean a lot to me if I could get a bear on these same creeks. It'd be pretty cool. And there was another man by the name of Beaver Dick Lee, and he was a little later. He was more 1870s, but he probably knew these lands better than anybody. But it's Beaver Dick, it's Andrew Henry, it's John Colter, it's those guys that kind of motivate me to come out to these areas and look for game. Especially, John Colter. But each one of those guys would have seen that creek over here. Now, it seems silly to limit myself to hunting such a small region. The river named after Andrew Henry starts near the Montana line. That is roughly 730 square miles of land that could be hunted. So why limit myself to 17 square miles? This creek area of which I hunt was not only seen by Henry and Beaver Dick, but by Jedediah Smith, William Sublette, Osborne Russell, and many more legendary mountain men. Somebody came in here and just blew an elk bugle about a quarter mile that way. Sounds like they're getting closer. Man, I don't understand that. Like, they see my pickup. They know somebody's in here. Why would you go where someone's at and try and bugle? I guess we'll just wait and see. If they keep coming, then I guess we'll talk to them. But I haven't seen any elk sign. It's good country, but I mean, I heard their pickup drive by, stop. I heard a car door, and then I heard a bugle. It's like, come on. What are we doing here? This is kind of a cool little clearing. It's just straight rock. Man, I love rocks. I love them a lot. You just keep bugling. You know, it's too hot for elk. Like, I'm hunting bears this morning, but it's supposed to get like 90 degrees today. And I know the season's open, but the elk aren't rutting. Like, I mean, I guess kudos to them for trying, but good luck. This is pretty cool country though, really. It's a good spot. I like it. Yeah, check that out. Some cool colors. There's another bull. That was pretty cool. I saw 2 bulls for sure, and then like 7 cows. The second bull was smaller. I think he was probably trying to get in with those cows, and that herd bull was like, no way, and he took off. But I am no longer in bear hunting mode. I'm in elk mode now. I still think those bugles I heard earlier were people, just because I heard the car and I heard the car door shut, and then all of a sudden a bugle. And those things weren't bugling at all. I just saw them running. And so I think it might be hard to get on them. But I'll tell you what, I wish I would have brought my bow today. That's awesome. I saw like 5 or 6 different cows running. And then I looked at the camera and I didn't hit record. And so I was like, oh crap. So I hurried and hit record, and then some more came through. And I got that one bull on camera. He was sitting there looking at us for a little bit, but he wasn't too wary. He just kept running. Dang, that's fun. All right, I don't know what to do now. I think what I'll do now is I'll just head back to the truck. I don't want to push these elk too much. I think I might come back this evening and try and hunt them. And then Monday morning, I'll probably come back here too. I can already feel the the warmth of the sun. It's going to get hot today. And so I don't think these elk will move too much in the heat. So that's a good sign for me. I'll come back this evening with my bow. And we'll see if we can get on to some elk. Pretty cool country. I'm glad I came. All right, let's pack up and get out of here.
After a half a mile, I paused and listened to the sticks break nearby. Preparing for a black or perhaps a grizzly bear, I pulled back the hammer of my Winchester. A cow and calf elk came into the forest and crossed the small canyon where the creek flows. I let the hammer down softly and watched as several more cows followed. Bringing up the rear was a bull of great size. He did not stop his running, so I could not get a good, studious look at him. Another minute passed, and another bull of smaller stature ran by. This bull paused and looked at me for a moment, but then continued on. I certainly should have brought my bow and bugle. I will chase after these elk this afternoon with my bow in hand. It is currently nearing 9 o'clock, and the temperatures are rising. I am now preparing to travel to Pierre's Hole, where I will view the Colter stone so that I may form my opinion of its authenticity.
That is the first live journal entry I've ever done. Not too bad, I don't think. All right, we are in Pierre's Hole. I am just getting ready to go into the museum. I don't know if they allow video or photo, so I guess we'll find out either the easy way or the hard way. Is it closed? Oh, okay. Sorry. And the museum just told me that they are closed for the season, so that's cool. The door was open though, and some guy was mad at me.